those anti-vaxxers, or at least that Joe Rogan.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
For a moratorium on these unsafe and defective products. The most damning evidence was a reanalysis of Pfizer and Moderna's original trials. It determined a frequency of serious harm from the product that was 2 to 4 times more likely than being hospitalized with severe COVID.
What I was doing was saying, here are the data of why vaccines are safe and effective, so we should be getting people vaccinated. So when you're criticizing me, you're actually criticizing the scientific facts, because I'm just the vocal and visible vehicle of the scientific facts.
Trust the science.
Anthony Fauci used this term, trust the science, trust the science. And when I heard that, I thought, that's the most unscientific statement I've ever heard in my life. Because medicine is an applied science. It's a social science. It's constantly evolving. The father of the evidence-based medicine movement, David Sackett, said 50% of what you learn in medical school will turn out to be either outdated or dead wrong within 5 years of your graduation. The trouble is nobody can tell you which half.
That's what I meant when I was saying you're criticizing science.
Scientists claim they've identified the cause of some blood clots caused by COVID vaccines. I think this is a good time to bring in Wish TV's medical reporter, Dr. Mary Gillis, to explain what may trigger this response.
Okay,
Mary.
thanks, Alexis. Okay, so it's been a question since the vaccines rolled out. A person gets their AstraZeneca vaccine only to experience a potentially fatal blood clot following the jab. This has prompted some nations to suspend its use.
Well, people who seem to have the most impact are you know, that for that 17-year-old kid, the kid he or she plays ball with. Mm-hmm. You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem, no, it works. Or you know, or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're, no, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, you know, something, or, you know, whether those aliens are here or not, you know, who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking about it? They go to people they respect.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
It looks like almost all the vaccines are going to succeed.
Could we have been less restrictive about schools and less restrictive about closing down the economy and focused, if not from the very start, earlier on the elderly?
You know, in the absence of vaccination, that would have been very difficult to do. But right now that you have the ability to vaccinate people, you can actually clearly be much more liberal and open in what we're doing, which is where we are really right now.
You missed your booster.
Public health emergency.
Virus stops with every vaccinated person.
If you're vaccinated. Forget about the sun, just one more booster, then you're done.
Scientists at Cardiff University in the UK and Arizona State University collaborated with AstraZeneca to investigate. They found the reaction may be linked to a specific ingredient in the shot called the viral vector. The ingredient is a transport tool that allows the coronavirus's genetic material into the person's cells. This process is necessary for vaccine immunity. However, sometimes this process goes awry. Instead of a person's cell, the viral vector enters the bloodstream, causing the body to think it is at risk of losing blood when it really isn't. A defense mechanism is then triggered, causing blood cells to cluster together and generate blood clots. This is an example of what's called misplaced immunity.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
What I can, with the talents and the influence I have, to make scientific advances to protect the health of the American public.
I lied, people died, and I still don't care.
So anybody who spends lies and threatens and all that theater that goes on.
Your critics accuse you of hubris.
Right.
They say that you express a certainty and a disregard for the views of others. Yeah. Can you understand when you say I represent science?
Sure, I can understand how that could have been taken out of context.
Trust science. Because I represent science. That's dangerous.
Vaccinated, you really don't need to worry about getting it in a way that's serious or transmitting.
That is true. That is correct.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Gotta get the shot, gotta get the jab. Just ignore the folks who say